Hi everyone, I'm back with you, and today I'm gonna make a pizza, homemade pizza. So I want to show you how easy it is to do, and you'll be able to do it. I thought I had something there in my way. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna do is I've got some water, warm water, ready to put in. I'm going to put it into this container, and it's a cup of warm water, 1 package of fast rising yeast going in, and a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm going to whisk that up real quick. We got some snow today. I looked outside and it was snowing. And I'm going to pour this back in here because I didn't want to mix it. I think I got a leak in my cup. I didn't want to mix it up in there because I was afraid I would slosh it out. Okay, now what we're going to do is wait for this to start foaming up and making sure that it's working. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to move the camera over here and into the mixer. It is going to go but the first thing we're going to do is put some salt. This is not really bubbling up real wonderful, so I'm just even wondering if it's going to work. I may have to do the yeast over. It doesn't look like it's working too much. Not much more than when I started it. So I'm not sure about it. I'm gonna wait on everything, and if that doesn't start working, I'm gonna get back to you, and I'll do it again. I'll do it with another thing of yeast and water. But I just bought that yeast, so I don't know why it wouldn't be, doesn't, I don't even, 2029, it's good till 2029, but it's just not work. It may be because it's so cool in here, and it's cool in here because of the weather change, and we got the snow, which was not very much, but it was a beautiful little snow. I watched it out the window, and it was so pretty watching it snow. But anyway, I'm going to let this set here, and I will be back with you in a little bit, okay? Everyone, I'm having a slow start today. I started out, and I started the video, and I'm having to redo it. My yeast wasn't working. We're gonna make pizza today, homemade pizza. And you guys will love it and be able to make your own pizza, and it's really not that hard. But I started out a cup of water, a cup of warm water, and a tablespoon of yeast and some sugar in here, and it wasn't really working and activating. So I started another one over here, which is starting to work better, but this one is working and foaming up. So I think I might go ahead and use it. I'll see how this one looks by the time I get done, and may switch to this one. I did use a different kind of yeast. They're both fast acting yeast, but one of them was from a package, and I had just bought it, so I don't know why it was not doing so well. But anyway, the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm going to put some salt in the mixer. And I'm gonna put 1 egg. And I've got my paddle on here, my dough paddle. And then I'm gonna put the yeast in, the Crisco in, and this is 1/4 of a cup of Crisco. 1/4 of a cup. And get that in there. And then I have 1/4 a cup of sugar that I'm gonna add. And then the next thing we're gonna add is the yeast. And it is foaming up really, really good, as you can see. So I'll put that in there. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of yeast. Boy, I've got it with the yeast today, don't I? 1 cup of flour. Got yeast on the brain. Okay, and I'm going to turn this on and start the kneading. Okay, now I have to add more flour, so I'm going to get that. This is 1 more cup. I'm going to turn that on for just a second. I'm going to add 1 more cup of flour. And you can make whatever kind of pizza you like. But I'm going to use hamburger, and I'm going to use some different toppings. So I'll be letting you know what I'm doing with that. But I'm going to go ahead and mix this up and knead this. Okay, I'm going to let that knead for just a minute or two, and I'm going to put it in a bowl, and I'm going to get some oil out here to oil the bowl with. You probably won't be able to hear me very well with that mixer going, but I do have to go ahead and knead it. So, I've got that going. And this is looking very good. This will make 2 round pizzas or 1 oblong pizza. See how nice the dough looks? Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Put this back over here. set my mixer probably up on the counter. Nope. Yep. Nope, I didn't have to. Got it this time. Anyway. I'm going to get this dough out here and put it in this other bowl. Now, I'm also going to make the pizza sauce to go on the crust. So it will be homemade also. And you'll be able to do that, and it's going to be really good. You're going to like it. You can use a boughten sauce if you don't like it, but I think you will. And if you, like I said, if you want to, you can use your, or if you have your own recipe for pizza sauce, you can use it. Okay, I'm going to try to get this over into the pan. You're not being able to see me. And now I've got my hands all gooed up. There. I just love this mixer. I'm gonna make some more rolls, homemade rolls in it. I'm back on here. I couldn't tell if I was or not. Okay. This is normally not this hard to do, but I've got a shoulder that's out of socket and I have trouble with it staying in, and so I have to be real careful with it. And when I get this all in here, I'm going to mix it around so it'll get coated with the oil. Kind of turn it over. Go ahead and use my hands. Okay, I got it all coated and turned over in the bowl, and we're going to let it raise until it's double in size. And I'll come back to you before it is, and then I'll show you how I make the sauce, and we'll get it made, and we'll be ready to put the pizza together, because I've already got the hamburger cooked, and I wanted to tell you how I cooked it. I boiled it in water again, and when I got it cooked and I put it out in the drain, I just crumbed it up with my hands. Then you can put it back in a skillet if you want to and brown it some, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it on the pizza like it is. Put the sauce on, and then the hamburger, and then I'll put my other ingredients that I'm going to put on the pizza on top of that, and then the cheese, and show you how quick and easy it is, okay? We'll be back. Well, I'm not having very good luck today. My camera went dead on me, so I missed out getting the pizza sauce. So I'm going to have to tell you what I did and bring it back over here, because it is done. I have chopped up onion and green pepper for the topping. I have some sweet banana peppers over here, and I'm going to put some mushrooms on it. But I'll tell you what I put in the tomato sauce, and then I'll bring it over here and show it to you. I put a teaspoon of oregano leaves in the pan with the tomato sauce. It was the larger can of tomato sauce. And I put a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. and I put a teaspoon of basil. I like sweet basil, but I've not been able to find it out here. Then I just put a sprinkling of garlic and onion powder, just what I wanted. So you can put however much you want. And then I put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I stirred that all up and put that on the stove and brought it to a boil. Then I turned it down, and the sauce is all ready to go. And it's hot, 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 hot. So I'm going to put it back over here till I'm ready to put it on the pan with the dough. And I used hamburger this time for the meat, but sometimes I use sausage, and sometimes I use ham, but I don't care much for pepperoni for some reason. I don't know, but you can use that if you want to. Okay, there's those vegetables ready to go in on pizza crust. And I had mentioned this when the camera wasn't running. I didn't know you couldn't hear me. The other pizza didn't raise up as good, and I had that yeast. I did too, remember? I did another one. So I went ahead and made another batch of dough up, and it's raised up really nice. So I'm going to put the dough on the pan. I've already got oil on it. And I'm going to spread this oil around. Excuse me. Now I'm going to put the dough out here on the pan. Now you may not want your dough this thick. You can cut it in half and spread it out more. But this is what I'm going to use, the amount I'm going to use today. And I'm going to pour some of this oil off, and I'm going to pour it on the cabinet as well. I can't pick my pizza crust up and spin it around like a real pizza maker. But anyway, I like to push it up the sides of the pan so there's a nice big piece of crust up there. And I like the crust. I like to eat all of it. Some people don't even eat the crust on their pizza. They just throw it away. But this is so good. You're going to want to eat it, I'm sure. I've had to stop too many times, and I was on the phone with Instacart. He was they were shopping for my groceries for me, and they kept sending me a message, can we substitute this for that? So I had to answer them, and that's what run my phone down. So okay. Here's the crust. I'm going to go over here and get the pizza sauce. Bring it over here. This dough it did turn out really, really good. So I'm just gonna slather this on. Now, if you put it on a bigger round pizza pan, you could do that and make the crust a little thinner. But I just, and you can put on however much you want of the sauce. If you don't like a lot of sauce, then don't put it all on there. if you do like sauce, then put it all on there. And I like the sauce because it's so good. And it's good for you because you know what you've put in it. And there's no preservatives or anything like that. So we've got the sauce on. And like I told you, I already cooked up the hamburger. I'm gonna wash my hands off here real quick. They're so oily. I already cooked the hamburger up. And I'm not even sure if you heard me say what I did, how I done it, but I put the hamburger in boiling water and cooked it in water and boiled it. And then when it got done, I put it in a colander and crumbled it up so it would be in real fine crumbs. And I must have missed one or two of them. Okay, so I'm gonna get in here and sprinkle the hamburger all over the pizza. Now you could have put this back in the skillet and browned it up more if you wanted to with some oil, some olive oil or something, but I didn't. It's been cooked and it's just fine for me. So, and it was an easy way for me to cook my hamburger so I don't have to stand there and punch it down with a fork or the meat chopper, and it just does better for me to do it that way. And if you have trouble with your arms, sometimes that's a good way for you to do it more easily. Now, I had 2 pounds of meat in here. It's what I cooked, but I'm not going to put that much on. I used some of it for a sandwich last night. I made me a homemade Maid-Rite. It wasn't as good as my cousin Betty's, but it tasted pretty good. I had toasted a bun and put mustard on it and onions. And, oh, it was so good. This hamburger cooked like that. All right, now I'm going to put some mushrooms on there. And I'm going to go drain these over here. And I don't know if I've got 2 cans out here, but I don't know if I probably won't use both of them. You can use fresh mushrooms if you want. I just like to use these canned mushrooms. And you don't even have to put these on here. If you don't like mushrooms, don't even bother. But I do like them. So that gives us a nice little flavor extra on our pizza. Now, I'm going to spread the onions on here. And I do like lots of onions, so you can put however many of them on there you want, however less you want. Anyway, back to the Instacart guy. He was texting me and saying, would you substitute this or that? And so I was having to answer him back. And then he couldn't find me. he sent me a message. I left your groceries on your patio. I sent him a note back. No, you didn't. They're not here. I don't know where you left them, but you didn't leave them at my house. And about that time, there he come. I don't know how he figured out he was at the wrong place. But everybody has trouble finding my apartment. So, now, for the peppers. Oh, this is going to be so good. What else do you like on your pizzas? And how do you make yours? This is just how I make mine. Years ago, when I was growing up at home, it has been years, my mother made pizza, and it was close to being homemade, but it was from a box, and it was called Chef Boyardee. And, oh, it was so good. And they still, I couldn't believe it. I looked for it at the store, and they still have that boxed pizza, Chef Boyardee. And I told my son about it, and they went and got some of it. They've been making it, but they might want to try this. Now, I'm going to put some banana peppers on here. Let me get a utensil. I'm going to put some banana peppers on and some cheese. And I've got an Italian mix of cheese that I'm going to put on here. I hope this looks good to you guys. So we're got 2 kinds of peppers on here, but I like them both, so. You can't have too much of a good thing, that's for sure. Okay, now for the cheese. This is Italian style. It has mozzarella, provolone, romano, Asiago, and Parmesan. And I've got the oven on 400, and I'm going to bake this for approximately 20 minutes. But if that's not long enough, I will bake it a little longer because we sure want the crust to be done in the middle. Looks yummy to you. Okay. Now, let me see here real quick. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven and set the timer for 20 minutes, and then I will get back to you. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Okay, I've got it out of the oven. It was in there for 20 minutes. But I always check underneath and raise up underneath the crust to make sure that it's done in the middle. And if you don't think it is, you can leave it in for a couple more minutes. But I'm gonna This is what I'm gonna have for my meal today. I forgot to eat today. So this is what I'm having. But I just wanted to tell you, I may come back and show you when I'm eating a piece so you can see. It's just going to be really too hot to eat right now. And excuse my hair today. I've been in and out carrying in groceries and things, and it is windy outside. Very windy. Very windy. But anyway, I'm sorry for all the stops and starts and messes up on and my phone dying on me. But get a good laugh out of it anyway. And make this pizza. I think you're really going to like it, and it is yummy. So I'll get off for now, and I appreciate you guys watching. And please hit the like and subscribe button. And I thank you very much. See you later. I'm back with my piece of pizza. Oh, oops, about slid off my plate. It's still really, really hot, but I'm going to see if I can take a bite of it. This is so good. You guys, if you make your own like this, you can put whatever toppings you like on it yourself. And this is just so good. And that sauce, it just makes the pizza. It's just wonderful. And all that cheese. That different kind of cheese is so good. I hope that you make this. You're really going to like it, I promise you. See you soon. Bye-bye.